Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good afternoon. Today is the 23rd of March and this is part 9 of the slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show here at NEC in Birmingham. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements, if the quality of my camera is bad. I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. So we're on the stand for the AD016s, which would be 1100 and 1300 BMC cars. This is quite a late one actually. This is two-door Austin, be a Mark III on an L, so 72, 73. Is this a 1300 or a 1100? It's a 1100, and it does say Mark III on the back as well, which is helpful. Then we've got a Wolseley 66. This will be 1100 as well. Seeing two-tone shade, very kind of late 50s, early 60s. Have the idea of having this two-tone shade like this, with some work done to the wiring in there. And we've got a very sporty-looking Wolseley. This has had some sort of things fitted to it, like the door handles think of an Allegro or Marina, and then those that think of 1300 GT wheels. Driving lamps, it looks good actually. Again, two-tone vinyl roof, very sort of late 60s, early 70s. It's good to see the sort of correct type of wheels if you are going to go down that route. Yeah, so 67, 68 on an F. Fog lights is a good idea as well. Next we've got some Morris Minor action. Vans weren't ever badged as minor vans, but people call them that these days, which is fair enough. By this stage, this one was made, which is 6970. You can also get an Austin badge version. The earlier post office vans had rubber wings. This has got normal metal ones. And we've got a pickup that's, well, having some work done. Another one of the vans, maybe it's like, oh yes, it's the LCV registered, would be, wouldn't it? Like commercial vehicles. Another H registered van. Advertising of all things sign writing. Another pickup. Zoom out to the later one as well by the grill. And then, as I said, yeah, Austin one. This one's a really late one, 71 only, on a K. Been modified a bit. I wonder if it's got a bit more power in there and like some better brakes, because better brakes are a good thing on a minor, because the original all-round drums are not very good. Then we've got the Maestro and Montego Owners Club. Unfortunately, that van we can't talk about, viewers. I don't think we can talk about that one either, actually. That looks suspiciously like a Forbidden Fuel Montego. And as you know, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Thank you, Mayor of London, and the Council Leader of Birmingham, and all your friends around the country. Right. Wasn't really a facelift so much for a Maestro, but sort of changes occurred around 1988 when they removed the Austin name from the car the previous year, and things like the Van der Pla model were discontinued in 88. This is a 1989, I think. This is like a 1.3L or something like that. I have driven a 1.3 Mayfair, which was an 88, I think it was. And it was alright. You think you need power steering in that. It's alright without it, and also we've got the 5-speed gearbox which this has. They're not that bad actually. About 68 horsepower. The 1.6 is only 86, and they're much heavier to drive actually. Oh, I spoke too soon. This isn't a Forbidden Fuel one. This is the Tutti-Rossos. The Tutti-Rossos Montegos, and I have driven a Countryman estate like this, Tutti-Rossos, are fantastic. This one's got a fuel injection, some of them were on carbs. They actually really fly for reasons I don't really understand. They're really nice to drive. This is a later one, 93, 94. Countrymen's are actually quite popular in places like France for some reason. So it needs a bit of work, that one. We've got wheel trims from like a Rover 216 SLI on that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to driving another Montego very soon, actually. I've driven 2 and they are fantastic. For some reason they drive a lot better than Maestro. I don't know why, even with the same engines in them and things. But yeah, you definitely want to go for one of those cars with power steering, because they're quite heavy, the 1.6 without it. So 2 litre, get power steering, or 1.2 Van den Pla. Right, more minor action. This one is a 1954 Series 2 Traveller. It looks a bit like an MM with that grille, but the grille was changed, I think, around the time that this car was made. So look a bit better. Still got the split windscreen of things. 803 A series engine from the Austin A30 in that one. And then a later Traveller, 6768 on an F. Still have a 1098cc engine there. Still though got those scary brakes, which I don't like, and also I don't like the non-synchro mesh first gear in these, but some people just say you get used to it. I don't subscribe to that. I think just fitting a disc brake of servo conversion, which is quite common to do on miners, and a better gearbox is better. This is a late one actually, on the J 7071 2-door saloon. Got a lot of merchandise for someone who's into miners. I'm trying to work out why this has a 1976 plate on it. I don't really know. The year of manufacture showing is 1969, which makes sense. I don't know. It's a big mystery. It says it was used by a family in Bristol from new until 1991. Is why it's a mistake that it's in now. But someone can actually tell me what's actually happened with this and why it was registered in 76 and not in 69. Then let me know. Oh, interesting. Federation of British Historic Vehicle Clubs promoting museums, where you can see cars like this Morgan Plus 4 Plus. These are really, really rare, these. This one is a 64. I think they only made about about 2 years. Only 26 were made. It's so crazy. It's like Morgan kind of got a bit scared that people didn't want to buy their cars because of a very traditional design by the 60s. So they made this. I think that's quite an attractive car. Why on earth people didn't want to buy them, I don't know really. Let's have a look at the interior as well. It's still very much sort of Morgan based, you can tell that, because the big steering wheel of things. But there we go. Swallow Gadabout. Never heard of that before. Just I don't really cover motorcycles on the channel. Ooh, this looks very much like an XK140 is this. Don't know. Get confused about those views. And then another minor. I think we've seen Myrtle before. So this is 68. And yeah, Tom_got_a classic car on Instagram for more information. Interesting. Double A, that's an old Southampton plate. Okay. Adrian Flux seemed to have 1967 MGB on the stand. Talking of MGs, why don't we have a look at the MG Owners Club stand here? I forget the name of this colour, but I love the wheels on this. Those are great. But overall, this is in really nice condition for a TF. Does this actually say what year this is? 2002. Okay, so it does actually match the private plate on this, and it says a celestial blue, so it's monogram colour. Then we've got MG Owners Club here with a interesting looking ZR. That's an interesting colour to paint over. And then something that I wasn't expecting to see here at all. This is an MG Cyberster. It's a pre-production car on left-hand drive. These have not been released onto the market yet. They are due to come out later this year. I didn't realise the door handles were kind of, yeah, little buttons like this. Can't really touch anything. I don't think this even works probably in here, but this is it. Fortunately, it's got a conventional steering wheel. I heard the Cyberster is going to be made like a funny yoke thing, but apparently that's got a normal steering wheel, although it's flat bottomed in there. 100% electric. It's quite a coup having this here, isn't it? I've never seen one of these before. This is genuinely the first time I'm looking at it. It fits in very nicely with the stand. I think this colour is dynamic tri-coat red. I would sort of film like a more thorough walk around on it, but this is I think this is like non-functional or something. I can't even remember how much these supposed to be. I think it's 40,000 or 45,000 or something like that. 0 to 60 time in that is going to be something crazy as well, from what I understand. So interesting. Oh, I like this Escort here. This is the Mark 5. It's like an RS 2000, 1993 RS 2000. Fabulous. Yeah. I thought though that the facelift into the Mark 5B was 1992, so I don't know, maybe we've registered later. Quite a contrast here. We've got Tickford Turbo Capris. This one is registration date 1986. Modified 2.8 Cologne engine, so faster than the standard 2.8 injection Capri. All mod cons, electric windows, these unique alloys with Tickford on them, wooden dash, very, very expensive actually at the time, and amazing. So 80s. So the other cars are made by Tickford, or was converted by Tickford. Very, very old Rover. What year this is? It's a 39. It's a Rover chassis, Tickford Foursome Coupe. Excellent. Smells nice. Always old leather smells nice. Then a Sierra Cosworth RS 500 hatch. The value of this car is increasing as I'm walking around it. So 87 I think this would be. Last of the pre-production service vehicles. Oh, okay, registered in the UK in the early 90s, plate to match, so 87 but registered in the 90s, that makes sense. Somewhere in Oxford, I imagine Tickford were somewhere near there. And then we've got some more Morgans. Let's have some Morgans, why not? It's 1952 Morgan Plus 4 Coupe, 2 litre Triumph engine with 4-speed Moss gearbox. 1948 Morgan flat radiator, we're registered in 49. And then a much more modern one. This Morgan I've seen many, many times before. It's a 2010 Ford 1.6 Sigma engine, which is out of the the Mark III Focus. Still very old-fashioned looking though, isn't it? But that's what you pay for when you buy a Morgan. And then a Morgan three-wheeler, not the new one, the very old one. A bit cramped in there. You've got to be very familiar with the passenger running or something like this. 1936 Morgan Family. Your family's got a very short legs with the back of there. And then 1973 Morgan 4.4 rolling restoration. Brilliant. Bond Bug Owners Club stand. All of them today are in orange, which is the most common colour for them. 1970, very early one then, because I think that's the year they came out actually. Built by Reliant and based on Reliant chassis, but given the Bond name I think because it sounds better than Reliant Bug, and also they were maybe concerned that the car looked a bit controversial, and so they maybe use the name of a brand that they owned by that stage. They were likely to get in trouble. That one's a later 172, 73. I think they finished in 74. Same registration plate. Most of them seem to be the ES model that survived. I've not actually seen many others. Then we've got, so we can get this camera in here. Tom Karen, the designer, signed this one, which is good. The boot is not very big. We've got a Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor on the Maguire stand. Obviously they have a much more prominent stand at the November show. That is a 2007, or probably 2008 model year to 57. Looks very mean with that massive sort of bull bar ram thing on the front of there. Then we've got TR7 in there. Could even be a TR8. A little cocoon. And something very nice here. I don't know what stand this is necessarily, but I'm very happy to be here and see this Honda, which was, I think it was last show, one before maybe. I've seen it at the NEC before. It's a 1972 Honda 1300 Coupe. I only ever seen this one. It is in very nice condition. I don't know how you keep that on the road if you own something like that. Volvo 145. Quite a late one actually. The 240 came out about the same year it was registered, so it's be like a 74. Yeah, 74. Very, very late one. And then a bit different from the 240 my mother used to have, which is also an estate. Different dash, steering wheel. Fundamentally, sort of underneath of the same car. We've still got the same door handles as well, same amount of space. And of course the huge boot. We've got a Mitsubishi, is this a Sapporo GSR? Very, very kind of original looking. You got the original dealer sticker in the back of there. Look at the interior, loads and loads of things to play with in here. Obviously imported in very small numbers over this country. But what's for sale? 79, 2-litre 5-speed manual. Call Tom on 07495 668 375. You can drive it home on Sunday. I wonder how much power you got in the GSR version of this. It's very 70s looking, isn't it? Very kind of American style. And then, what does it say? Does it actually say? No, it doesn't actually say. Very well equipped with a nice radio. Excellent. I don't have that sort of money to spend, viewers, but I quite like it. And if it's only one of 5 left, parts supply could be a slight issue. Right, we've got the Long Buckby Vintage and Classic Vehicle meet here, established in 2020. Any car, vehicle over 25 years old, welcome. So I bought a 99, I could go to the Long Buckby car meet. This is definitely qualifies because it's a lot older than that. 1973 Chevrolet Corvette C3. Very fast at the time, 7.2 seconds to 60. MG Midget, this will be, it's not, is this a Mark III? I don't know. Yeah, 4-speed gearbox with no synchromesh, no brake servo. Very nice condition though. You've got to drive it carefully so you don't bump into things if there's no brake servo. Actually, the brakes on a Midget aren't that bad with no brake servo. I have driven one of these. It's a Mark III from 1968, and it wasn't actually that bad. Sorry, no, it's a Mark II. I thought the Mark IIs had no exterior door handles, but maybe this is a later one. Also got 1966 Rover 2000 here. Yeah, it's a manual. I've driven an automatic one of these. Alex might have its own to that. Is this zircon blue? So we'll look at the front end to see if this is one of the early Valence. Can't quite tell. See, it's had some paint and things to keep it going. Keep Britain oily, excellent. And we've got a 1969 to 70 minivan with the same steering wheel that was in Mr. Bean's mini Bombay old TV series. Yeah, 1970. Oh, it's only 51. Okay, so that's a rare one. By the way, this was actually made about the same time as the Mark III Mini came out, which was just a few months before. We were in sort of late '69. But they kept going with like Mark I look right the way through to the end of production in 1982. Riley RM Club. Yes, I always get really confused with the Riley RMs. Like, I just cannot tell them apart. But they went through to the RMF and the RMA. This is a 53 RMF. Did you get things like, I don't know, brake servo or 330? You probably didn't at this stage, did you? Very sort of magnificent cars. And then another one here. Very sort of pre-war looking, but made till 57. Riley RMF from Car SOS. That's in beautiful condition, isn't it? 53. And then this one is a 1950 RMD. I think I prefer the look of this one, just probably because of the colour. I think the colour of that is really rather nice. And we've got I don't know what this stand is called. It's got some interesting cars on it though. 1956 Wolseley 1660. Floor gear change, excellent. Bit of a contrast here is a Kia Pride, and this is quite an early one actually. They came into the country in 1991. 92, 93 registration. I have actually driven one of these. Mr. Curry, who some of you will know, who loves the kind of older Korean stuff like this. I think he's still got two of these. He's had more in the past. Very heavily based on Mazda 121 or Ford Festiva, depending on where you are in the world. But actually quite well equipped for a little car like this. The majority of them, and this one will be the same, had the 1.3 Mazda B series engines. Mazda B engine rather than B series, because B series is just confusing. Yes, Young Metro Motor Club is the name of the stand, and Citroen Saxo VTR. When I was learning to drive, not only did I actually take lessons in the Saxo, these were absolutely everywhere. This is a pre-facelift one. I think they got more power actually after the facelift. I think it would be about 96 horsepower, I think, this one. The VTRs were a bit cheaper to insure than VTSs. Those had about 120 horsepower. And we've got this. I've seen this Scirocco before here, but it is rather nice. I forget the year of this now. That white steering wheel. I don't know where on earth you'd find something like that. But yeah, that is that's pretty good. White kind of bits on the rear lenses and white wheels, alloys, bottle caps I think they call them. Very, very 80s. So we've got the Stourbridge pre-war car club here. Now, looks like they actually do cater for post-war cars as well, so let's clears that up. 1935 Lanchester LA10. I like this green interior. That's really nice. Look at all the sort of handmade trim, but we'll have to go to one of these. There's no sort of robots or anything in the construction of a car like that. And a Jaguar S-Type. This is the 3.4 litre. They also made a 3.8. This one is an auto. For years, these were really, really undervalued, and I'm not quite sure why. Everybody wanted the Mark II. They weren't so keen on the S-Type. I think actually now they are still cheaper than a Mark II. 67. Willow green with suede green interior trim. It's been upgraded as well. Electronic ignition, that's very sensible. Halogen headlamps. Oh my gosh. Oh, I remember these. This is like the sort of ancestor of the Reliant Robinson things. It's basically a motorcycle underneath and then a van body on top of it. I'm not necessarily sure I'd like to drive that. It looks a little bit terrifying to me. We've got the Riley Club here. This must be the oldest car that's actually in the buildings. 1898 Riley. They are a very, very old make of car. This is a 1905. Crazy again to have something like this. So obviously we've got cars from 1898 to 2023 in this building. So the Cyberster hasn't even been launched yet. Riley Brooklands, 1929. Looks pretty good fun. Well, this is more my kind of thing. This is a Riley 1.5. They were kind of based on a Morris Minor, but with a different engine and different front and rear end. I think you might have got a few more technical upgrades in them as well. Interesting rear lights on that, aren't they? And then a Riley Elf. This will be a very late one. It's got the doors of a Mark III Mini on them. They actually came out in '67, the Mark III versions of this, whereas the Mark III Mini didn't come out until '69. So we've actually got some technical innovations. Well, push-button door handles, technical innovation perhaps, opposed to the sort of house-style ones. Before the Mark III Minis did, and they also be replaced by them. But yes, we like that sort of thing, viewers. Hillman Minx Convertible, which is the Midland Vehicle Preservation Society. Fortunately, we've got a nice information sheet for me here, some Series 3 from 1959. And a couple of bikes that I don't know anything about, so we'll go on to the MGB GT, registered in 1980. All original, it's pretty good. I actually quite like rubber bumper MGBs on the viewers. I'm not going to show on the frame, so I don't make apologies for that. Some of you maybe not, but I quite like them actually. I've driven one of those last year. This is something. 1939 Wolseley Series 1885 with accoutrements of being in a barn, I believe. And then a much kind of much together looking Wolseley 690. Very similar to the Riley Pathfinder. And then a Wolseley 1500, which was the kind of counterpart to the Riley 1.5 we've just seen. These I think do still have those slightly weird sort of tail lamps. I don't know what year this is. There were like 3 revisions of these. The last one was stopped being made in about 65. I didn't really know if they were replaced by anything directly. They just stopped making them, I think. Say on there what it is. Oh, it's a Mark III. Okay, 1562. Excellent. And then we've got a Hornet, 1966 Mark III. Mark II, yeah. I think I'll say it's a Mark II because it's got the old Mini Mark II doors on it. It's obviously just awaiting some interior and some bits to go back on. So, Rover P6 Owners Club stand. 1975 Rover 2200 SC in Paprika. 16,000 miles from new, dry stored from the 1990s. Fabulous. Unrestored as well. That's the third one of these we've seen so far. We have a long way to go yet. Then we've got 1974 Scarab Blue 3500 it should be, award-winning P6 with the cloth interior and the automatic gearbox. The 3500S or 300S, stopped doing that years, was for one that's more likely to find with a manual gearbox. These, in this country at least, are far more common with an automatic gearbox. And then, wow, very, very rare. So this lady's got 2 of these. It's a really late one, 76, which is the year that actually the SD1 came out, although the 2.3 and 2.6 variants of that didn't come out until 77, so they needed P6 production a little bit longer. Till I think, yeah, late 77 it was. And then we've got a 1969 Brigade Red award-winning P6. So this is a pre-facelift car. You can see actually the door handles are completely different compared with the later ones for some reason. They're actually quite nice cars to drive these. Even the 2000 automatic, which everyone will sort of tell you is not that good. I thought it was fine. I don't know what the sort of big problem was. It is a bit slow, but it was all right. 1966 Rover 2000. This one will be. It's a TC, historic rally car. Suspension is very interesting in these. I'll show you one of these others at the Rover P6 club stand. If you haven't already seen one, probably you've already seen the suspension of these before. See the spacious boot if you take the spare tyre out. This one is a facelift one. Let's have a look at that year on here. I forget the name of this colour. 74. Series 2 they call them, the facelift ones. This is a late pre-facelift one. Yeah, 1970 2000 SC, which was the sort of base model. There's the suspension. It's housed actually in there. It goes all the way up there. It's a very strange design in these. This one, happy 60th birthday, a 2000 from 64. So it's got the shark tooth lower valance on this. This is quite a good opportunity for me to show you the suspension again. There you are. You see, there it is, kind of housed under there. The spring is there. It's very unusual, and you can just bolt on the wings if you want to. It's quite easy. Sort of strength of the cars in this sort of called the endoskeletal base unit, which is a strange thing. Oh, an S Toro. Wow, fantastic. These were made by a company called Panelcraft, I think, in London. They weren't an official thing, but they were an approved aftermarket conversion for these. This particular one, it's got a personal plate. It is, it doesn't say exactly, Series 2 automatic. Now we've got a 5-speed manual conversion. It's made to look like an early Series 1 car. So yeah, FLM Panelcraft of Battersea. Right, I think that is it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again in the next part for some more incorrect information.